It wasn't a stupid conversation.
Right.
Too soon. Too soon.
You know one thing on both sides of the football, at minimum.
The left tackle played bad. The right tackle.
Wait.
Ray, I love the new way we open up for the show because everybody's complaining about something, right?
Yeah, everybody.
Well, they're complaining about me.
Why?
Ray goes, Phil thinks he looks cute today. Now, wait, hold it. And you come in and you're all like this. Man, I look good today. Wow, look at me. He's looking in the camera.
I mean, it's not hard to be best
believe
dressed
that
on
this
the show.
is the show that the pros watch? I'm James Brown along with Phil, Ray, and Brandon. Hey, folks, yes, there was some serious power football on display on both sides of the ball this past weekend, but no more power display than right here.
That's right.
You said, are we ready to get rolling? How on this show?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. You know what I learned? Before we even get to football, I got to address some things.
Uh-oh.
First of all, with the new COVID rules, like we don't have as many dressing rooms. Why is it that I'm the only one that got to change in the hallway? That's number one.
No, we share it.
Number two, I get kicked out of the makeup chair for you. Mr. Diva, Jules sits me down. She says, hey, Brandon, I'm sorry to say this, but Mr. JB is coming.
Jules asked me first before you got in.
Brandon.
Is this the kind of stuff that really upsets people?
Goodness.
This is
I
what
don't
you
like
learn?
it. You only been on the show 5 years. I've been on the show for 7 years.
Oh my
No,
God.
this is what I learned.
Didn't you get the message?
What's the message? What's the message?
Hey, you're just not that important.
Phil, what did you learn?
Well, hold on. No. I learned some football stuff now.
You
Todd
did?
Bowles. Oh, my goodness. Todd Bowles made Aaron Rodgers look bad. We're talking about the boy wonder playing lights out in his heyday.
What did he do, Brandon?
Oh, my
What did
goodness.
Bowles
He
do?
made him look average. We're talking about coming into this game. The offensive line for the Green Bay Packers was spectacular.
Yeah.
They gave up 3 sacks, 9 quarterback hits. And what happened on Sunday? 4 sacks, 11 quarterback hits, pressure coming from everywhere. And what I love about Todd Bowles and what he's doing is not only the blitz, but it's the illusion of blitz. He had a veteran looking confused. That's what I learned. Todd
Hey,
Bowles.
Cutie, what you got to say now? I can't believe you and I going at each other.
Come on,
Cutie
guys.
pie.
I wasn't
Unbelievable.
on you. You know, and Brandon, no, you do really look good.
Thanks, Cutie. Thanks.
Hey, here's what I learned. You know, we talk about football, all this offense, points scored at a record pace, and there were 3 games and 3 winners. Tampa Bay, San Francisco, and Pittsburgh did what? They dominated both sides of the football in the line of scrimmage. The front 7 on defense and the offensive lines just went out there and whooped it up, and they won, and they made it look easy. It was, they were beatdowns. They really were. The other thing I learned, Miami at this time last year, we were sitting at this desk, some of you, not me, said they'll never win a game this year. Well, they ended up winning 5. Now look at them. They're really actually thinking they can win the division.
What did we learn? First of all, let's slow down on Josh Allen and the Bills. I watched these 2 games. I get what we're saying. I think they have all of the pieces.
But
let me tell you
wait.
something.
No,
But
they
winning,
don't.
Winning is a culture. That's a mindset, Phil. It's not just I can come out and have these great games and start off. I watched a team yesterday get 245 yards ran on them.
I know Josh Allen should have made some of those tackles.
No, Josh Allen didn't have to do nothing. But when you talk about a team, because the individual is easy. But when we talk about a team, can this team be a contender for the AFC? I don't know. They have to figure it out. Let me keep going. Another thing I learned, it's hard to play defense in the National Football League.
Hard?
Hard to play defense.
Because?
Because defenders, they're telling us to be robots. They're telling guys as defenders, be a robot. They're saying, this hit is coming, and the pass is up here. Take your neck and tell your neck to go left and tell your body to go right. You can't do it.
Hey, I admit, it is. It's awful.
No, you cannot do it.
They're just not smart enough. Offensively, we're so sophisticated now, and you guys aren't smart.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask me.
The smartest decision you made was not to do this. Look at this. That's the smart decision you made.
Hey.
Do not get in the ring.
Don't
you ever get in the ring.
Listen, Tyson, Holyfield 3 might happen, and I'm going to be right there. I might have T.O. I am the greatest. I am the greatest, JB.
Hey, Tiffany Uriel, get Brandon a room out of the
Last thing.
What was cute?
He said he was going to be quiet today. You are
I'm going to bite your ear off.
You know what? Hey, Ray Lewis has to be pleased coming off of those highlights right there because the ferocious Pittsburgh Steelers pound the Cleveland Browns and run their record to 5-0 for the first time since 1978. Look, we all know that Kansas City is going to be there in the end as an AFC title contender for sure. But what about the Pittsburgh Steelers, Tennessee Titans? As a matter of fact, Ray, take a look at this graphic here and look at the best in the AFC. Talk to me about who you're most impressed with right now.
Yeah, well, look, let me go back. Let me take a page out of history because I think sometimes we always talk about right now and what it means, right? If you go over the all-time series between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans, 12-12. Pittsburgh, 52 meetings, 28-24. What does that mean? The bottom line is, why are we surprised that these teams are here? We're not surprised. I'm not surprised.
That's their DNA, huh?
And I'm telling you, for the last 20 years since I left the game and been playing, there's 3 teams that's either been in the AFC Championship or in the AFC playoffs. Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Baltimore. That's who it's been, outside of New England on the backside.
Historically, what does that say to you, Phil, though? What does that say to you historically about those squads?
Well, you know, I don't know. I don't look at like, oh, they're doing this over the last 15 years. I'm really just looking at right now. And when you talk about, let's start out, who do you want to ask first? The Pittsburgh Steelers, are they a contender to get in the championship game, the Super Bowl? Right now, yes, I think they are. One, their defense is good. It's deep. They're fast. Speed does a lot of things for you. It allows you to blitz, which they are. But speed usually means you're a really good tackling team. A good offensive line. Brandon, they've all of a sudden got another great group of wide receivers. And Ben Roethlisberger throwing the ball well. So there's a great mix there for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, so I'll be the first to answer your question. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, the one team that I'm excited about. And I also want the record to reflect that I'm the one that chose them to make it to the Super Bowl when we previewed this season.
Wow, so they can beat
Everyone
KC,
talked
huh?
about, oh, Brandon, why are you picking the Pittsburgh Steelers? Ben Roethlisberger, he has a noodle arm. Will he be the same? Is this offense going to be any good? Do they have any receivers? And they're showing it. What's so interesting about the Pittsburgh Steelers is their identity hasn't changed in 25 years.
No.
On the defensive side, the zone blitz, man, they're just causing so many issues for the opposing offense. That front seven is probably the best in the league, maybe behind Tampa. That's a toss-up. And then on the offensive side, Big Ben finally got it done with the deep ball. Coming into this game, he was 24%, 4 for 17, throwing the ball past 20 yards.
Oh,
this week, 3 for 3. Oh, yeah, I'm aboard. It's numbers. I believe in numbers. You don't believe in numbers?
Well, you know, because Big Ben, he throws it down the field. It's not 20 yards, it's 50. So, you know, you're not going to hit a high percentage. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
But the issue is, whether you like the numbers or not, they tell a story, and they can tell whatever story you want them to tell. Because
that's right. There you go. Okay.
He just walked in.
Don't be some numbers out there.
He just walked right in.
He don't like no, but the reality is, for me, the only question mark they had was Big Ben getting it done with the deep ball.
To Ray's point, a Vrabel-led Titan squad. Serious contenders.
Serious. They've always been. That's what I'm saying. Change out Derrick Henry for Eddie George.
Yeah.
Same. I'm telling you, the same formula. These teams have not changed with what they do very well. This is why one of these 3 teams will represent the AFC Championship.
The only thing
because the other one is the bridge and the detour. The next right is Kansas City.
The bridge and
it's you got to see Kansas.
Let me ask you this, Ray. When you look at Tennessee's offense, there is no weakness. They're good all across the board. A tight end that's top 5. The wide receiver.
A.J. Brown.
The quarterback is, you know, he's dead eye.
Loving what Tannehill.
Fill in the blank. He's dead eye. He definitely is. And we know about the running back, but that defense, come on. I mean, they play hard, but they give up yards. They give up everything. They're right now one of the bottom rungs or whatever you want to say on the defensive side. That would really concern me.
No, I got you.
Folks, it's time to take a look at the team they are trying to dethrone. The Kansas City Chiefs on Monday night. The Super Bowl champs rolled over Buffalo.
You and Brandon needs a hug.
Oh, no, I like it this way. I like it.
You know, these guys are going to love this segment, no question about it. As Titans head coach Mike Vrabel often demonstrates exploiting the rules, the loopholes, knowing the rule book, going against conventional wisdom, and, of course, utilizing Brandon's favorite part of the game. Analytics are all part of the evolving world of coaching strategy in the NFL. And joining us now to discuss this is our insider, the senior writer for NFL.com, Judy Batista. Judy, take that and break it down into lay language.
Well, Mike Vrabel is the new master at knowing the rule book. We've always known Bill Belichick is the master at it. Mike Vrabel, not surprisingly, played for Belichick, learned a few things from the master. At knowing the rule book, knowing the loopholes, how you can exploit them for your team's advantage. He actually had a play this week where he sent a 12th man onto the field.
He sent a 12th man on the field. They're like, oh, what are we doing? And there's 12 guys out there. It's 2nd and 1, and he wanted the clock to stop. So he knew they were going to get a first down, so it stopped. They get the penalty. Watch Mike Vrabel on the sideline. Oh, we made a mistake. They wanted the first down to happen, so they didn't lose that time. And it turned out to be they saved 40 seconds, which was the difference in the outcome of the game.
You know, it's kind of.
I don't know if I did a good job of explaining it.
No, you did because, I mean, I know you don't like numbers, but the probability of them winning the game went up from 17% to 22% because of that move.
There you go. Okay.
Oh, so you like those numbers?
I like it. Yeah, I like the move. The
like
numbers are great. Okay.
But, you know, what's interesting is throughout the week we implement our game plan. And then you see the players, the coaches give us the game plan. And some guys like Ray Lewis may be involved in building out that game plan. But you have us on the sideline talking about different situations. The last 5-6 years of my career, you would see the head coach, the special team coach, maybe a guy that was solely on the team just to be in the coach's ear for situational football, clock management. And you would see him after practice, coaches, go through different scenarios.
Yes.
What happens in the fourth quarter? What happens at the end of the first half? So I just think that coaches are smarter. The coaches that get it have someone on their staff that can walk them through different scenarios.
What do you think about analytics?
Well, every team has somebody who is doing this kind of statistical analysis. That's all analytics is. It's just a fancy word for statistical analysis. And really what it is it's a question of how comfortable is the head coach with it? How comfortable is the organization with it? Because you've got to have everybody on the same page embracing it. I had a head coach tell me once about using analytics. It was, in this case, going for 2 versus kicking an extra point. And he said, that's all well and good what the computers tell you to do. He goes, but if it doesn't work on Monday morning, I have to be in the owner's office explaining why I did. And if the owner is not on the same page about embracing, doing some outside of the box thinking, it's not going to work very well.
You know, let me say a few things. You know, analytics, I agree with them. You need them for football. Coaches are being more aggressive. Why? Because you got to be more aggressive because everybody's scoring so many points. So you got to go for it on fourth. You got to take these chances. But the other thing is, let's don't forget, the scenarios are unlimited. How many scenarios you can go through. 11, 22 players on the field at the same time. Line up anywhere can be all different things. So you got to be a little careful.
If I was a head coach, I would embrace it. I would pay someone $1 million to be in the booth and be in my ear and walk me through.
Well, you want somebody to manage the time for you. Let's go over this real quick. Romeo Crennel scores a touchdown. They're up 7 against the Tennessee Titans. He goes for 2. Now, if the ball doesn't get knocked down, they're going to get it. Would you agree or disagree with going for 2 points there at that time?
I have no problem with it because Romeo Crennel is looking at the whole of his team and realizing my defense cannot stop the Titans. So this is my chance to put the game out of reach. I can ice the game. If you fail, okay, you hope the defense can hold. He knew what he was doing. The defense didn't hold, and they lost the game.
Here would be my argument against it, is that time was on his side. So I want them to have to not only make the drive, but to score 2 points. And it had to work out perfectly for the Titans to get it done. And I thought this as it was going on. I'm thinking I would have not gone for 2. I would go up 8, make them drive the length of the field, score, and go for 2, just because I didn't think they had enough time to do it.
We have to remember analytics. We all get caught up in it. It doesn't have to be either or. It's just another piece of information to synthesize. Hold on a second. To synthesize. And for coaches to use. Don't forget, coaches are looking at the team. Ron Rivera went for 2. It failed. But what he said after the game was really important.
He said, the out. Go ahead. What is it?
He said, you don't learn to win until you play to win. they're also considering the emotional impact on a team.
Red Auerbach says the one thing you cannot lose as a coach or a manager is the feel of the game. And analytics don't tell you that, to your point. Judy, thank you so much for the insight.
But wait, wasn't it nice how Judy said to Brandon?
Oh, yeah, wait a minute.
She's the only one in the show.
I know. That can do that.
That was great, Judy.
Hey, folks, time for more highlights and a matchup to two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever throw a football. Here are Tom Brady's Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Only Judy can do that. There's no question.
Maybe you sometime.
My Ravens got the win. Brandon, hush.
Let me go.
This is Sugar's Boom Boom Room. Welcome back to the Boom Boom Room. Listen, my Ravens got the win, but what got me fired up, there are too many points being scored in the league. I mean, record break. You better cut it out. Record breaking. So defenses, do me a favor. Listen up. Let's go to the board.
What you got, man?
Look, B, I want to start the first one, right? This is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is at a 7 to 8 yards depth, which means it's run, right? Anytime you bring a defensive back, he must understand the scheme of the defense.
Hold on, why does that mean run?
Because that's
the tendencies?
Any tendency in football. Anytime you got a back at home, and it's Derrick Henry, right? You got a back at home at 7 to 9 yards, it's definitely going to be run. This guy is the key. At home, pay attention to this. If you go back and correct this play, run the play, this guy does not need to come front side for nothing. Gaps are already covered. His backside gap is one step. If he steps out, the one thing that you must have to be a great defense, you must have trust. If you do not trust your players on the other side, look at this. Look at all the gaps.
Well,
all the gaps are ate up, right?
Well, for me, outside looking in, right?
Yeah.
I'm not in those defensive meetings.
Yeah.
I see a guy that pretty much, I would use this term because I don't have a better one, but got juked. Derrick Henry went left. He went left.
Totally.
He came back right. Now he's stuck in traffic.
Totally wrong.
So why is that a bad play by him?
Because the number one thing to make a great defense is trust. Trust that guys are going to do their job. Trust that those gaps are already canceled front side. So there's nothing to go front side for. Stay backside as a free hitter.
So it's almost like Bill Belichick, do your job.
Do your job.
Do your job.
It's simple. Let's go to the next one. Now watch this, right? Same thing. You take a DB to do a linebacker's job, right? And put him on top of the center. But you got Todd Gurley in a run position. So in my defense, I'm yelling bird or rabbit.
Okay.
Rabbit means run, bird means pass.
Okay.
So if I'm yelling rabbit right here, then as a defense, I have to back up and communicate. But this is the error. Not one head turned and communicated with each other. Not one head. Now watch the play. Right? It's so many individual plays that nobody's playing as a defense of togetherness, and that's how these big plays
It's
happen.
interesting. Every time you talk about defense, the number one thing you always talk about is communication.
Look, ain't nobody talking.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody talking.
Yeah.
Everybody just reacting.
Yeah.
Right? Come on, let's go to the next one because I'm gonna show you it's a common theme that just keeps coming back up.
So you don't think that the offenses are just getting more sophisticated?
I really don't. Once again, watch every head. Do you see one head? Do you see anybody communicate with each other? And guess what, Brandon? We're in a stadium now. They're playing in stadiums now. But there are no fans.
But here's my question, though. But if everyone knows their job, we're playing cover 3, I got this gap, why do I have to communicate with you?
What do you mean? Because I'm trying to break down a formation. We're trying to stop what you guys are trying to do. That's not an individual play. That's not Ray Lewis saying, hey, let me sit here and make my one play by myself. Absolutely not. That's me telling my defensive line, bird, bird, bird means pass. If I say rabbit, 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 that means put your knuckles in the ground again. If you're on one page, if you're all wrong, then you're all right.
Yeah.
Right? Watch this play. Once again, right? Somebody has to say running back, somebody has to say quarterback. It's a zone read.
Yeah.
So you're going to play running back or you're going to play quarterback.
Correct.
But you can't play the same. You can't play different things.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Do your job.
Do your job, right? Look at this. He goes and tackles the man without the ball.
And then old Danny Dimes outrun everybody.
Outruns everybody. Yeah. Now, let's go to the last one. Now, watch this one right here, right? Watch this play. Bunch, right?
Yep.
2 by 2.
Then splits.
Right now, you should be communicating all the way across the board, right? That you can possibly get levels, right? Anytime you got man coverage.
Which we call mesh. Mesh is we're looking for the picks and the rubs.
One center safety for a quarterback says man-to-man coverage. some type of man to cover. So now I got all of these level routes. Somebody has to communicate. But look, not one person communicate, and guess what happens? They run into each other.
But so, okay, so did you guys never go lock? Because you can lock this. Okay, so you got lock.
And the only way to lock it, and
you got radar.
And the only way to lock it, if one man comes up and lock, and another man steps back.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can lock it.
Okay.
But the point is, there's 3 things that defenses really need to pay attention to. And you have to understand this. It's trust, communication, and accountability. Yep. Because trust is do your job, right? Communication, all on the same page. And accountability, finish what you start.
Man, he schooled you. Holy crap.
He schooled me. I didn't get a chance to talk.
Did I go down?
I didn't get a chance to talk.
Did I go down? Listen here. Thank you for joining Ray's Boom Boom Room. Let's keep the spotlight on defense. Here's Colts defensive tackle, DeForest Buckner, mic'd up against the
You gonna let me talk next
time?
time?
Stay with Sugar. I teach you something.
Next week, I'm talking in Ray's Boom Boom Room.
Phil, did I teach him something?
Hey, Ray and Brandon, has your boy been champing at the bit to get his own thing going with
Man,
the
if we hear this one more time, thank you, back. Thank you.
What do you hear one more time?
Have both been hosting their own segments this season so far. So you know what? The executive producer, otherwise known as Phil Simms, put his foot down. So we are back to what has not happened in what, 2 years?
2 years.
2 years. Phil's pet peeves.
But is
Take
it
it
really
away,
a
Phil.
segment if he didn't read off the prompter?
Stop it.
Hey,
Hold it. Let's start with number 1. Okay. Here we go. I'm not going to watch all that damn football. I'm just going to come here to argue. Who said that? Brandon Marshall.
No,
You said it verbatim. I wrote it down. We did it on a Zoom call. And what did I say, Ray? I'm going to bring it back.
7 years ago.
Nope.
That was this offseason with a Zoom call.
That was this offseason on the Zoom call. I'll never forget it. Absolutely.
What I love when a quarterback throws a football down the field and the receiver somewhere else and the announcers always go, well, there's some miscommunication between the two. No, there isn't. Somebody's stupid and did the wrong thing. Most likely, the wide receiver.
Hold on. So do you just sit around and just write these down throughout the year?
That's all Phil has to do.
And what room? What kind of room? What kind of room is he in?
Dark. The room is dark, jet black.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Catch radius.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
What's radius? What is radius? Give me the definition of radius.
Circumference from the 3.
You got it. Yeah.
What is it?
No, you just.
No, just
All right,
keep
perfect.
going.
Bam. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Why can't we just say, man, the man's got, he can reach and catch
No,
anything.
that's right. Look at mine. Look at mine.
Oh, you got a great catch radius.
Yeah.
You got a great catch radius.
Hey, listen, if we win the turnover battle, we're going to win the game.
We're going to win the game.
Oh, God, we're going to win it. Yeah. Well, there was 4 teams this weekend that lost the turnover battle and still won. So I hear that all the time. You know what? If you want to win the turnover battle, you know what you do, Ray?
What you do?
On offense, you just take the ball, snap it, kneel. And that way you'll never turn it over, so you're going to win the game.
Phil,
Okay?
you think about this at home?
Come on. It's just,
it's
you're playing the percentages.
Hey, I love this one, too. Okay, you guys probably say it. You know, when he broke out of the pocket, the quarterback, you know, he did a great job of keeping his eyes up to find the receiver down the field.
Right.
Where the hell do you want his eyes?
Well,
They're going to be looking at my feet. Okay, what's an exotic blitz? Tell me what that is.
Exotic blitz is when you have the Sam, the Mike, the free safety, the strong safety.
He don't have a
all
clue what he's talking about.
Well,
Which is your pet peeve. Go ahead.
yeah, if you don't have a name, tell me what they did. Oh, that was an exotic blitz they just threw out there.
So they call Lexus in Texas exotic blitzes?
I don't know what the hell. This exotic blitz thing, oh, they're throwing exotic blitz at them.
What's
Tell me what
exotic
it
blitz is
What's
when
exotic?
you got a lot of different players playing different
Hey,
positions.
listen, things I got tired of. Tom Brady, he finally has some talent to play with, Ray. I don't know how he won 6
It's
Super
been a
Bowls.
pet peeve for you for 5 years.
Well,
This
I'm
made
going to say
your
it
pet
one
peeve.
more time.
I'm going to say it one time.
Yeah. All the talent, Gronk, Welker, Edelman, and Randy Moss. 4 good wide receivers at one time. Just
And
my
a
pet
stable
peeve.
of running backs.
Nothing against Tom.
Phil, I'm going to be brutally honest with you.
Do it.
You need a black friend to come over to your
To do what, Ray? To do
have
what?
conversation.
Oh, wait, I got one more.
What more?
Okay, flopping. It's out of control in the NFL, the flopping. Defensive backs, wide
Oh, it's too
receivers,
much. You're right.
falling
It's too
all
much.
over the
It's too
place.
much.
We saw some. I even watch it.
Look.
Watch Patrick.
Watch Pat Mahomes. Look at
Okay.
this.
Oh,
Look.
Oh, my
it's
God.
too much.
Throw a penalty on him, Ben.
Too much.
They touch his helmet. Oh,
Look at Ben. Now he just dropped.
They knocked him out.
It's too
Here's
much.
another one. I'm trying to hold him up.
Look, I mean, it's all acting classes now.
Wait,
But
now
you
come
see
on.
what it is.
It's all
Hey,
acting
quarterback.
And you know
It's
what?
the offense.
They threw. But isn't that terrible?
You know what? As
they
I
threw
swing,
flags.
As I swing to the copy, Ray said, Phil, I'm really concerned about you.
I am, seriously, though.
Hey, I'll invite you over to my house.
Please.
A lot of Cowboy fans are feeling peeved in Big D and around this studio at the moment. Here's why. Arizona crushing Dallas on Monday night.
Phil,
What was the best
you
one?
really
Was the
need
first
me
one.
to come hang out with you.
Brandon Marshall.
I'll sit in the room with you.
You know what? As sure as night follows a day,
Yes, sir.
there's no question about it that the Jets debacle
Take me there, Dickie.
looks like it might be such that
I've seen
they need a little help.
Yes, sir, they
Which
need
means it's time for Dear Insiders. You and Phil will love this one. Dear Brandon.
Oh, boy.
Oh, good.
You played, Ray's already set it up so well already. You've played for nearly every team in the NFL.
My goodness, every team.
And you look good in your old gang's green colors, but I'm hoping you can help me. The last time we had a winning season was when you were on the team. Come on, help me out, Ray. Now it is a disaster. How do we fix this? This comes from
Which team was
Broadway Joe from Super Bowl III.
Ooh, y'all gonna put me in this position? This is my favorite team out of all them teams I played before.
Really? So we need you to explain.
So
to
in
us
other
what's
words, you're
going
afraid
on.
to answer the question.
Yeah, right.
Ooh, yeah, well, here's
Is are we trying to play for Trevor Lawrence? What are we doing?
No, we're definitely not taking.
Okay, so
I
what
like
are we
Sam
doing?
Darnold.
What are we
I like Sam Darnold.
You like Sam Darnold?
You know, I gotta say this. Adam Gase was my wide receiver coach. Okay, so it starts there. Adam, it's hard to defend you right now, but I love you to death. I haven't talked to you in a very long time.
You ain't answered our question yet, Brandon. Get to the point.
Which
The question.
You know what we need? We need Phil Simms. Could this be the first time that a Giant has crossed the tracks to fix this problem?
Wow.
Phil Simms
We
to the
need Phil
Jets?
Simms.
Wow.
That's what we need.
And what am I going to do?
President. You tell us what to do. You're the general manager.
Oh, if I'm the
You're the
president?
president,
Ooh.
whatever you want to be. Tell us what you want to be today.
Just give us some hope. How the Jets can fix it.
Right.
Yeah, so number
That
one,
was the
I like
question.
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, you got to put a system around Sam Darnold that works, okay? You know, we developed this kid. He can make the plays. He is super talented. Now we need pass catchers. You have no receivers. You give up Robbie Anderson. What happens? He goes down to Carolina, and now he's top 5 in every receiving category. So that's where it starts.
So the year ends. The year ends.
The year ends.
The Jets, the Jets, the worst record in the
there's
league.
no question that
Do you
these
take
guys
Trevor Lawrence?
are going to be
Bring back Todd Bowles.
They're going to be coming up with a solution through next week's show. So with that in mind, let me just say, is Brandon really feeling tender today? Is that what you
Man,
all
I'm
said?
sensitive.
We heard his feeling.
I need some white. He needs some white.
But you know what?
That's it for us, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week right here inside the NFL on Showtime. Brandon,
I'm man enough to
tender?
admit it. He's not a man.
Brandon, that's why you wore that grit.
I
That's why you wore that
never
green
got
today.
mad on this show.